Hello there, and thanks for coming to see what's on my desk today. I have a winter journal that I made. Um, I made it this spring, uh, very early on in January, and I did it from a book. It's an altered book, and I did a little design on the back side. It's very bright and glittery. I took a piece of Velcro ribbon and I wound it all the way around the book. It got chunky. It got chunky. So I had to take one of these little pieces of closures that you get in the sewing departments, and I made a closure for it. The front has a digital image from a kit that I used. I had this little heart from something, and I put one of the images from the kit, and I've got a snow angel. That is what I'm considering a snow angel. She's rolling around in the snow. It's got the corners on it. It's got like a metal love here. I've got 22 there, so I knew it was the winter of 2022. I hope I don't get confused. It's the beginning of winter 2022, not the end. Anyhow, so let me unhook it here, and oh, she falls open. I learned how to do an altered book from watching a couple people, and it's where you leave the first few pages, you rip 10, you leave 2 or 3 as to do the pockets, and then rip another 10, and then you're adding to it after you've ripped. You have all these pages left over to do glue pages with, or to make pockets with. You do all kinds of stuff with the pages that come out of here, so don't throw them away. Here is the front cover. I just had like a little tag that I decorated up and put in here with the wolf. This was the page that I chose for the very beginnings, and had a beautiful lantern and album on it. I think there's 2 kits in here. I do believe it is. And here was some bling I stuck in the stars in the sky. And I did some dating. That's the way I'm doing my dating. I had a stamp kit that had these numbers, and I'm using those. Here, from one of the kits, they had what do they call these? A double journal card. I believe that's what you call these. And I had, this was from a kit, or from a digital, from a Facebook page I'm on, and I just did collaging. This is actually a tuck here. It does come out, I promise. It's just in there pretty good. And then I folded it like a little book. I added washi tape to the side to put the 2 pieces together. And then this is, it was a tag from the kit, and I extended it and put a little extra piece at the top. And here's a stamp and ticket. Some of these things may have been from something else, like the ticket and this were from the Facebook page. This here is just a side corner pocket. And here I have these tags, and they're like clear vellum or milky vellum, and I decided to try to do heat embossing on there with a snowflake, and it turned out pretty good. I did it on both sides. Then it was kind of flopping around in my book, so I made a little tuck for it, and it goes right in there. I have a die cut that's got these beautiful snowflake images. That was another one of the heat embossed snowflakes. And then this came from a paper pad I got. And then on the back I did a lot of journaling. There is quite a few of the tabs in here, and I just added a lot of the tabs throughout that came in 2 of the kits. Then I have a pretty image here. I didn't do anything thing with that because it's too pretty to cover up. Now here I have some doors and a little pad. So the doors aren't quite this long. I added another piece from another door to make it look like it was really long. And Wimpole Street is from My Fair Lady. That's one of my favorite movies. Here I've got a little tag that's tucked up under the tuck. This tuck is made from the die cut, and I layered it. And I did the negative of the die cut in another color and put it behind. And then the tag or circle that it's on is that light blue you see in the middle. Then I had Let It Snow here and more journaling. And I put a lot of laces throughout here on the edges. I saw that in a lot of journals and really wanted to try that. Here is a tiny, tiny tuck area. It has a ticket, well, 2 tickets. I did a little stamping here. I think this day it was 9 degrees. Whew. For Virginia, that's pretty cold. And even worse after that. Another tuck area with a double journal card. I guess I missed writing in that one. It has a pretty image of the lantern. Now, this is one of the folds I did on this book that I really liked. It's the one page here, and then there was another page in front of it, and I tucked it over to where I got this angle of a pocket, because it's a pocket there. And then I cut this from an extra piece that I had to get this pocket, and I decorated up with the little girl. Now there's a really tight pocket there that I put a tag in, and that one I created before. I wonder if I can get that back in there. I created that pocket before I actually glued this down, so it's like a little cylinder pocket in there, a little tubular pocket. Another one of the double journal cards. And this was a fun page. I did my snowman tuck over here, or yep, or pocket. I'm not sure if he's a tuck or a pocket. This was a little tag that I made. Whoops, sorry. Had a little bit of fuzz on the back. About a snowflake and a little fox here, and it's under an icicle overhang, and it kind of stays up in there. And here's my snowman pocket, and I created the silver, then I layered it on with the blue, and at first I was just making a snowbank, but for some reason I formed it into a snowman. So this is what I come up with. And he's got like his little scarf is blowing in the wind. I made him a nose and mouth and all that. This is a ticket that I saw made from one of the leading ladies I watch. I thought that was so cute. And you can rip these tickets apart. It was like a double-sided, so the dark blue is on there. You can actually put coffee dye paper back there, so you would be able to write. You can rip the tickets in half and actually use them singly. I just left them. I'll make some more. That was a really cute idea. And here I had this trim that is really glittery, and I don't know if you can see it from down there. It's really skeletal looking and glittery, and it was perfect for this snowman page. And so the next page I did tucks on 2 sides. This is just, I think I wrote on this and put it in there. This is just digital from the kit. Yeah, I just did it like that. Must have been an extra piece I had. And then that was my husband's birthday. That's probably why I needed a whole page. And then this was a beautiful card from one of my friend that does the genealogy with me. And this was a cute trim that I had for ages and ages. So I decided to use it in here because it was just sitting there. And this is not wanting to go down, so I must have glued that a little wrong or something. Maybe it's the card that's in there. This is one of those trims that's seen where you take the divots and you put them on a skinny strip of paper, and then you have this kind of a trim left behind. This is a pocket that's got 3 or 4 tags in it. This is a diamond pocket, so you've got a spot on each corner with something in it. More of the divots. This is little Wiley Fox. I put Wiley with these stickers. It's got a journal card. Here it has a tiny pocket that's got a journal card and 2 small tags. This was the trim. It's on the outside on my spine. This is my belly band, and I was making these trees. And there's an image of deer and rabbit. On the other side's the buck. And this has no writing on it. I thought I wrote on that. Okay. This is an envelope that came in the kit. Doesn't have anything in it, but it was a pretty envelope. I like the watercolor effect there. So that goes under here. Tucks in pretty good. Then here is a different pocket. Sometimes you see it where this is on both sides. I decided to flip it. So this is an envelope here from one of the kits. And I put a little bit of glue here to kind of hold whatever was underneath here, because everything was tending to slide out. So I fixed it that way. This doesn't have anything in it. Here's a very eclectic grouping here. I had one of these little snowflakes left over, and I decided to make this coin purse have a I don't know, a lot of string holding it shut. So it's got a tiny tag inside of it. I can see it. The coin purse actually comes out. Here's the tag. Ooh, it just thundered outside. Woo. Okay. And then I have a tag here and a journal card. And the corner tag, things were kind of sliding. So I put this stamp here, and it holds it shut really nicely. So then I go back around the policy closure, and then back around the tiny snowflake somehow. I'll fix him in a minute. Okay. And there's this page. I just left it blank. Here is a doily I put on a piece of decorated cardstock, and it goes there. Here's another journal card in here. And I made just a side tuck with some things on it. I love these boots. Galoshes. Here was a big page that I journaled on. Now this one, I was trying to decide whether I wanted this down over here, and I was going to put that down over there. And you can see where I ripped out the pages. You can just see, and that's what you had to do. You're supposed to cover your ripped area with your pocket area, and you don't see the rip. But I kind of like the way this was doing, where it gives you a window here, a window with the wolf there, and then a window over here. I kind of like that, so I just left it. And I wrote all in there. Here was a item that I kind of changed. This was just a little paper clip with some fuzzies on it. But this was something I saw on one of the Facebook pages I'm on. And the lady did a video. And I made a tag to go in here. And the tag is actually, I don't know if you can see it. It's a see-through tag. It's vellum. There you go. It's vellum, and I colored it with alcohol markers. And I made it look like a sweater. And I put these brad buttons in there. and I did it on both sides. So both sides has got it. And it flips around your page, I guess. Just like that. And then the little paper clip holds it from sliding around. Like that. I'm not quite sure where he come from. Oh, we come from up here. Now this is a tuck. And I'm guessing he came from under here too. We'll place him there. How about that? This is my raccoons playing in the snow, and this is their snowball. That was my idea anyway. I wanted a different size page, so I made a round page. Well, on this side, I have a lace belly band, but it's really close to the edge, so the snowballs, this is more of their snowballs. I put 2 eyelets in there, and it moves. You can shape it any which way you want to. So I just kind of did them in a small horseshoe design and stuck them back in there, and they stay really nice. Here's a pocket with a tag. A journal card, I'm sorry. Here is another journal card. And then this is where I had some extra strips of material, and I thought the blue went really well, so I sewed it up in a ruffle. Here is a large envelope that I decorated, and it was supposed to be January, February, and March that I wrote in this book. I think I wrote in it a little bit longer than that. Well, this flips over, and it has a button closure here with an elastic band on it. Then that flips up and has a tag inside of it here. Maybe I don't have anything in this one. I don't. I made it look like I did. Then you go down here. This flips down, and it had a window envelope with the deer, and I think it can come out. Yes, it can come out of there. And then here is an actual large journal card that's inside. And oh, I wrote on that. I was doing good for my journaling. Okay, so this goes that way, this goes that way, and then this little guy goes right around the button. Well, it does go around the button. There we go. And then that flips back, and you could do secret journaling underneath there if you wanted to. Here is a file folder with the bunny on the front. Oh, and a bird on the back. Then up here, I actually made this a tuck for this little tiny stamp tag. And then that goes down in there. Here was a die cut kind of a edging that I did for here. This was actually strips of scrap that I had, and I made 2 side tucks. And this was a Christmas card I had. I think I cut out Santa Claus. He may have been up in the sky, or maybe it was this way. It was one of those ways. But anyway, I used them for journal cards. I just kind of rubbed some blue on the back of them. Oh, I think I had it this way. Yeah, where you can see the little deer, and you can see the snowman. And then this is a tag and a tuck. This was something I had on a sticker pad. And here is a journal card. And, oh, that's where I took Mom out for Mother's Day. So that was our Red Lobster. And see, I'm up into May now. Yeah, I'm into May. So I wrote in here a whole lot longer than I intended. This is a very large tag. I love that compass background there. Here is a it's like a triangle, and I only glued it down right along the edge there, and so this kind of holds in there. So it's great for a journal card tuck. Here's more of my fabric that I did into a ruffle. This is a pocket that has actually 3 pockets to it. It's from a kit. And journal tag this one. And then I don't have anything. Oh yeah, I have this little circle in this one. It's just a circle with couple stamps on it. This is a pretty piece. Background, I loved it. Here is my shaker tag I made from a CD pocket. And I put the image that's on the front cover in the middle here and glued it down. And threw all my little jigglies in there. I got all kinds of jigglies. And then I just I dabbed this. I did the spray your, or dab your ink on the desk and add a little water to it, and then you dab this in it. That's what I did. I had a couple stickers I decorated the front with. And another journal card. Oh, and this is actually, that's why it's in there sideways. I did a little Velcro dot because I never glued it down. And I thought, oh, well, that's a good little secret journaling spot. And you can write in there and nobody'd ever know. More of that crazy edge that I had. It's got like foam pieces, so it sticks up a bit. And another journal card. Another journal card. And more of my labels. Tabs, I mean. And this is a small envelope with a little card in it. And then a tag. And I think I didn't write on here at all. Well, I need to come back and write on that, because here's June. Well, that's June. I'm a little late. Oh well. And this is just where I had all these scraps and I stuck them on here and made an area that I thought I was going to write on and never did. This is another one of those 3 pockets areas. That's a file folder and a larger, a double journaling card, and I think it's just a regular journaling card. And then this is the very last page, and I think I stopped there. I could go further, but I didn't. But I really enjoyed making this. I made my mother an altered book for Christmas, so I need to get that and do a flip through for you, because it has a lot of neat elements in it as well. Well, thank you for coming to visit. I hope you got a lot of ideas. And I have a Facebook page that's Rhoda's Junk. I'll try to link that below in the description. I also have an Instagram account. It's Rhoda6666. And I'll also put the link down there below for that as well. I have a lot of my past works on there, a lot of ephemera and a few journals and such that I've done since I started my scrapbooking and junk journaling in 2 years ago. I think I must have started in 2020. So thank you very much, and y'all have a great day.